in for 4 on the dog token, which we don't care about. And then we're making copies of the Furmaster. And then let's get in their hand as well, right? We're up to no good here. This is pretty brutal. No! Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We have another new Kamigawa Neon Dynasty deck for you today. Dimir Ninjitsu, the color combination of black and blue. The new mechanic Ninjitsu. We have ninjas, we have rats, and yeah, looking to do some cool things. And actually playing against one of the best players in the world and greatest content creators nonetheless. Covert Go Blue, ladies and gentlemen, within today's video. So make sure to like the video, show your support, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, all those cool things. Maybe even tell a friend, that would be awesome. In today's video, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, showcase all of it in the gameplay footage, wrap up with our final thoughts deck review, and card of the day, which is really exciting. So let's take a look at Dimir Ninjitsu. Alrighty, here we are. This is a super sneaky deck, 60 card standard, best of 1, 2.4 average mana value with an even split of 18 creatures to 18 non-creatures, 24 land in the build. Ninjitsu is a mechanic that triggers or is able to trigger when we have a creature that is unblocked, right? Before that combat damage is dealt, we can get in with some ninjitsu, right? So that means playing a creature with ninjitsu from our hand into play and replacing it, bouncing that one that was attacking unblocked to our hand, which is fairly cool. So first and foremost, Nashi Moon Sage's Scion for 3. This is a 3/2 with ninjitsu for 4, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of each player's library. Until the end of turn, you may play one of those cards. You may spend mana as though it were any... you may pay life instead of spending mana to cast that spell, which is really cool. I'm so used to mana of any color, right? We've been live for 11 hours now. We're holding it together. I'll get through this. So this is the core concept of the deck. We want to be playing things from our opponents or our own library for free. Absolutely amazing. So things that can be unblockable. Kato Suzuki's token for -2. Create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token with this creature cannot be blocked. This is fantastic. We also have... you know, the flyers here, a 1/1 with flying on turn 1, which is nice. Fading Hope can open our attacking lanes, so we get that attack through. Return target creature to its owner's hand if its mana value is less than 3 scry 1, which is quite nice. And then, you know, there's some removal through Infernal Grasp to destroy target creature. You gain lose 2 life. So different ways to open up our attack lanes. And then we have the Tatsunari Toad Rider for 3. It's a 3/3. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't control a card named Kemi, create the legendary frog, and whenever you cast an enchantment spell, opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is pretty cool. And then we can pay 2 to give it another frog and itself unblockable, which is really cool, except for creatures with flying and reach. Remember that, as it is a new card. Flyers can still block. LOL. And so, you know, that's another unblockable attack, which is really cool. We can go wide with some rat tokens, which is decent, through Tribute of Hirobi, Echo of Death's Wail, and again, the enchantment will trigger the frog, which is pretty cool. We also have the Rogue class to trigger the frog, and the Moon Circuit Hacker to trigger the frog. Hacker is a 2 mana, 2/1 with ninjitsu for 1. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless it entered the battlefield this turn, which is quite nice through the ninjitsu. And yeah, that's pretty decent. We have more ninjitsu through Biting Palm Ninja. If it attacks and deals combat damage, we can remove the menace counter from it to look at their hand and exile a card, which is really cool. Then we have the Thousand Face. If you pay the ninjitsu for 4, it enters the battlefield from our hand. If it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. The token that enters the battlefield will be tapped and attacking, which is pretty decent. We don't mind that. The Silver Floor Master, ninjitsu for 2, reducing our ninjitsu abilities by 1, powering up our rogues and ninjas by +1/+1s, and that's where the ninjitsu is kind of cool. That combat trick is now your defense and attack power is increased, which is pretty cool. Shizuki, -7, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. Search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it into the battlefield, and shuffle. That's the Moon Scion. And then +1, draw a card, discard a card unless you've attacked this turn. Just the draw is nice. Crippling Fear, sorcery speed, choose a creature type. Creatures of the non-chosen type all get -3/-3, which is pretty cool. So we're choosing probably ninjas, I would assume, or rats, but most likely ninjas because this is not a rat. Neither is the Thousand Face, but you know, be aware of that, as you know, the majority of the creatures in our deck are ninjas. In fact, I think they all are. With that being said, we have the Access Tunnel. We can tap it for 4 total. You know, something can't be blocked. That's great for Ninjitsu. Hive with Menace is great. Soaring City can bounce something to open up our attack lanes, right? So that's kind of the theme of the deck. You know, having a great time with this build. Wrapping up at the end of the video with some ideas where we'll take it in the future to make it more competitive. Unlike my last 4 decks, which were ultra competitive, this one is a little bit more relaxed, and I think we'll need a little bit more work. So this is, you know, what I ask of all of you while you watch today's video. Keep an open eye. Where did we lose value, and where do you think we could have gained value, you know, with other cards potentially? And then leave those suggestions in the comments below. We'll wrap up, and I'll remind you at the end as well, because this will be a good deck. It just needs a little bit more love. So collectively together, we can make it the deck that it deserves to be. All right, so make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to a friend, these kind of things. You know, maybe join the community Discord if you want. There's a link tree with lots of stuff in it. And of course, if you're looking for some of the other decks, I have a pinned comment below that will go to my last video. So it's a nice way just to go through my recent videos, if you will. But other than that, enjoy today's gameplay footage. Let's get into it. Holy Toledos, would you look who it is. Mr. Blue. Oh, let's try our best. Oh no! Dockside Chef. Get your chef on. Hirobi for 2. This is our first match of the deck as well. No blocks. Land out. Gaston plays good. Really screws us. We don't have Ninjitsu yet till 3. Play our Hirobi, which actually is probably not great because they have the chef on the rat. You know what I mean? It's a bad matchup here. Right? We're kind of feeding them with things to gain value from. Alright. So not only that being a problem, but there's also going to be removal, in which we'll have to deal with. Right? Like, who wants to get hooked? Not me. Can I have a counter spell, please? Maybe we can grab the hook here. Right? Ninjitsu. Slam. Drop the menace counter. Look at their hand. Get rid of you, cutie pie. I mean, the wedding announcement is great too, but it's loath. Am I right? Am I right? And then we potentially have the ability to Thousand Face in, but I think we really should just go with the Moon Sage if we can get it unblocked. Did they pull a Doomscar? You know what I mean. They pulled the hook, didn't they? Right off the top. One can only assume. We get rats back, so they'll probably definitely sacrifice the rats. Right? It's sad. It's just so sad. Right? They don't even have to tap it. They just get to grab them. Oh! It's like, wait a minute. What's going on? Let's get the ninja back and we can get in their hand again. Okay. I mean, it's free, right? Well, relative term, as we pay life for it, but still good, I think. Just worried about a meat hook. I mean, with the hive, we technically would have... Never mind. Oh! Yeah, I mean, the meat hook, right? Just never gets old. I don't really want to lose 2 life. A whole bunch either. Oh no. Let's get this in, and then we can ninjitsu the biting palm in potentially. Bounce 1,000 face back. Replay it next turn to copy, but will we survive? Is doubtable. Four damage through the seat and the discard. Asking how much I appreciate that. We still are forced to do it. Actually cancel. That's 3 and a tap for 4. Gives us 2. Here's 3. We can't do it. We can't do it. It's not great. It keeps them from blocking the menace. They'll have to use the seats of the Empire, which is brutal. It's 3 life. Unpleasant. So they'll kill the biting palm, I assume. Gaining life. Brutal. They have 1 mana. Let's ninjitsu in. 1,000 face to our hand. Take action, get access to their hand. That's not great. That is that's not great. Down to 2, and the meat hook is probably just gonna kill us. Right? There's no way we escape those meat hook triggers. So 7, but this is 4, and this is 4 for 8. So we're 1 land shy. Let's see what we draw. Right, we can push it one more turn and just see what we top deck. We're still super dead. You know, they have the Hive of the Eye Tyrant coming in at us. The Wedding is still making more things, which is not great. And we're only blocking 3 of the 4. Good game. Woof! We'll color there. We don't even get the chance for the draw. That's alright. We're still 214, and obviously one of the best players in the world. It's a pleasure to face off against you, Mr. Blue. I love calling him Mr. Blue. I wish it was a different matchup. Obviously, giving them rats with that dockside chef to start the match was less than pleasant, but I think we performed fairly well. Going first, that definitely will help the deck. That is maybe one of the downfalls to this build is the removal can get it. We may need to add more counter magic, right? For those field wipes. We need a second black source as well, but we'll get out there. Ninjitsu's been reduced, which is nice for the Moon Sage. And we do have Crippling Fear, but it's a mono blue tempo, or, well, it could be, you know, Is It or Simic. It could be plenty of things. Could be even Dimir. I don't know. Oh, it is an Is It build. And Frostbite on a Furmaster. Woof. Secondary Ascending Spirit. And I actually don't mind that. Hopefully they don't have more removal, but that's why we have multiple copies of it. Oh, they take it again. Nice. Okay. They get to learn as well. Taking 2 damage, don't really mind. They can kill Kato. Right, if they have a 4th land, they push them both up. But we can bring Kato back. I'm going to toss the Furmaster. It's not great. Kato phases out. I actually forgot about this entirely. So they cannot hit Kato, which is deadly. That's like really cool. For 4. And then they're tapped out. We just grass, sorry, not grass, Crippling Fear. Hit him with the Ape. I almost like just to keep pushing up. But the Ninjitsu next turn is probably worth more. I think so, right? If we can get that Moon Sage to trigger next turn. Sparring Regiment, interesting. A Jezekai deck. Jezekai Tempo. I mean, yeah, Regiment is a good tempo card if you can afford to take the turn off. Oh, well, that's unpleasant. Let's hit. Ninjitsu in the Sage's Scion. Bouncing the token to our hands is less than ideal, but, you know, this is where the money's made. A Warlock class. I mean, I guess we're not losing a lot of life from it. That part is ideal. We get to draw, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to keep the mana for Fading Hope in case they have something with haste. Even the Infernal Grasp is pretty cool, right? A 4-color deck? Alright, you have my attention. Ah, so sad. I thought for sure they would try to take the Sage's Scion. And that's their turn. Oh no. Let's just deal that damage. See what we get. Ranger's Class. I'll allow it. 2 life. Not great, not the worst. Land in play. I think we keep the rat in hand at this point. Oh, and we don't have the green mana class. We should have not done that. We have to grab a green source from them now. Into our hand. Kato goes. Thank you kindly. That was Dudley. Kato back in play. Let's take a draw. We did attack this turn, which is cool, so we don't have to discard. And, yeah, I guess let's play the Furmaster and then Thousand Face, and make copies of it. It's a 5-color deck. They played a black land. In what world? Oh, it's the new, the Kami War. That 5-color enchantment, right? Lantern out. I mean, we can discard. Or even lose life. Let's discard. Grass. I think. We don't want to lose a bunch of life. And now we can attack. Thousand Face in for 4. On the dog token, which we don't care about. And then we're making copies of the Furmaster. And then let's get in their hand as well, right? We're up to no good here. This is pretty brutal. No! Alright, we had to redeem ourselves. Top 200, beautiful. Ninjitsu it's a little bit weird, right? I think it's a better mid-range build because you do have to spend that mana on your own turn for the Ninjitsu. Whereas you typically would want to hold that up for your opponent's turn, right? But once you do have enough to do both, then it seems to be really fun. No blue here. But we could just turn 3. We'll draw a blue source. What are you scared of? We'll be fine. Hive in first. Top deck an island, right? Ooh, Windrobber. Interesting. A little Rogueski action over here. Access tunnels active. No turn 2 is sad. And, you know, worst case scenario, lead us to the promised land of a 4th swamp. It's so bad, but... Turn 2 Ninjitsu? No. They mill. Fading Hope. It's... Hey, I mean, that was not an island, and this isn't either. I tried my best. So we've got double Scions. So, you know, if they counter it here, we have another. Definitely counterspell. Maybe they leave it and bounce it later because they know I'm tapped. I don't know, man. Or just straight up removal, right? Not even a bounce. Soaring Thought Thief. Okay. Rogues are back on the menu or what? Rogues are back on the menu, ladies and gentlemen. Good mill for them. Another. Let's go with that island. Off the top for the draw. Of course. I'm sure they just block this. I'd rather, you know, Infernal Grasp the Thought Thief. Interesting. No damage. Toad Rider is now active. You gotta love it. And then we're gonna top deck a blue source, right? After their mills, of course. They're not gonna mill a blue source. That, you know, they'll mill other things, swamps. And then we'll top deck an island. Or just an untapped blue source in general. I mean, doing well. The only thing we're not playing is the rogue class. But I'd like to play it because it triggers the toad. They have 5 available mana. 5 cards in their hand still. They have, of course, played that land. Here comes the mill. Oh, they just milled 2 blue sources. Oh, no. No, no, no. Zareth San? Alright. What does this freaking thing do again? Target a permanent player's graveyard to the battlefield under your control. The Furmaster? Because they're playing a rogue deck. Wow, could they have gotten any luckier? They don't get a land. Frustrating. While they're tapped, I'm just going to take it. Guarantee they block this with the Furmaster. But we have extras, and that's kind of why I'm going for it. It's just because we have 2 extras in hand anyways, so we may as well get some value from it. Or the copies that we do have access to, right? Getting hurt on the land here. That's unpleasant. I mean, we can name human, potentially? No, they have a human there. Losing life. This is 2, right? Bounce the Furmaster back to our own hand. And that way we're not taking 2 damage. Just bounce the Wind Robber. I guess we take 2 damage from the bounce, though. So it's irrelevant. It does slow them down. They'll have to respend that mana. That part's maybe not irrelevant. And then we can block the Furmaster here. I mean, 3 land to their 5, 6 mana available. Potentially 7 if they play one here. It's hard to keep up. The mill, like, they milled both of our lands right as we were about to get them, which was fantastic. Like, that was good. And I find a lot of the time that's kind of where you do get these clutch wins from is, you remember Robber of the Rich? It kind of did this as well. Okay. I mean, it's not attacking. They probably Deadly Dispute the Furmaster. And they spent 1 whole mana. It stops them from playing another Zareth San, because we can't block the flyer. And they could have more copies of that. The Nighthawk Slaminger. No land. We've lost because we can't find land. That hurts so much. They have a clear advantage. I mean, am I gonna pay life if I can get a Crippling Fear? Unlikely, though, as we already have 2 in our hand, right? We'll still try our best, though. Yeah, there's just the trade, whatever. Because it can't attack anyways, but it also drops the effectiveness of their field, right? They lose 2 power through the process. Well, technically 3, because they're going to flash in the Soaring Thought Thief. And we are at 8, which is pretty brutal. So rogues are going to get buffed up here. Brutal. And this is a hit for 9, so that's a good game, right? Give me a second. Did they mill another island? You son of a bee. Flawless victory, milling the islands there. Wow. Found the land, but they're going first, which isn't pleasant. What are we going to do with all this land? Hello. This hits for 2. Really good, but it bounces itself. Don't really have much going on for ourselves here. All the land that we needed last game. Rakdos aggro. Reinforce Ronin. I don't use this. And they just bounced it because they didn't attack. Interesting. Why'd they spend the mana? Oops. We'll take our 1 damage. Pass turn. What do they play for 3? The Replicating Ring, interesting, and then they can tap this for the Ronin. Do I care about 2 more damage? No. I mean, maybe I should, but I don't. Ninjitsu in the Biting Palm. They're tapped. We gain access to their hand for an exile. Dropping the Menace. What you got, Willis? What you got? I don't really care about much of this. I'm going to take Absence. And then bounce their creature back. Dodging Absence with a Fading Hope could be alright, but we don't have mana availability here. Tapped creature. Didn't read that part. I was like, oh no, this is just artifacts and enchantments. Oh. We have fun. So we probably want protection. Like, they don't have damage that we see. So let's Pathway. Scion. And then hold up Fading Hope. $14 life still. Alright, so this has First Strike, which is pretty cool. Deals combat damage. It actually gains that indestructible counter. Oh no, never mind. That's the double combat. Let's bounce that. They can attack for 2. That's fine. That's back to their hand. Let's see what we get. Down to 12. We might need more life gain with this. Kato in play. Let's play the Toad Rider. Also make a creature. I feel like we just are going to need lots of blockers. And just continue in, right? Player Ninja. I'm nervous. We're only at 9 life. Kato phases out. There's a land. And this has trample. When does it bounce? At end step. Yikes. But we could just kill it. Right? The Toad just snags it, so that's fine. We like it. Access tunnel out. Access tunnel on the Scion. Combat. Attack with it. This can't be blocked as well. Why not? See what we can get. I'll lose 2 life to kill this. I think that's fair. And then we can take a draw here. And actually play that, which is decent. Alright, we're coming back. We love it. Another replicating ring. Yikes. Shout out to our opponent for being in the top 1500 here. Let's bounce this, and you know, we're in for lethal, which is pretty cool. Still having 5 life, which is not too bad. 224. I'll allow it. Surely we can find our 3rd and 4th land this game, right? We say that. In tap. Nice, there's a land. I think we go early Kato. Hunt for Specimen, Dudley. So this is another meat hook situation, which we're actually fairly weak to. So let's be mindful of how hard we fold into the field. They're playing to 3 mana. They have the Pest Summoning, which is going to be 3/1/1 Pests, helping them to gain life. They go with the Felsinger instead. I would assume to sack the 1/1, losing 2 life, drawing 2, but also gaining one of those lost life back through the death of the Pest. Tunnel out. Kato is active. I kind of just want to attack through it. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm sure they block. Interesting. Now we just get a free draw. Kato phases out. They can hit us for 3. A Nighthawk would be fantastic. Discard a card or sacrifice a creature. I will discard the Hive. It's in tapped. And we already have another black source here with a Hive in play organically already. Taking that 3 to 17. 4th land out. Doesn't have haste. Let's attack. Go to blockers. Check out their hand. Ninjitsu does cost less, which is nice. So this is only 2. We get the damage. We remove the menace counter. We look at their hand and we exile a card. Let's take Vanishing Verse. Take a draw. And let's play the Furmaster. So, we will discard a card. Let's toss a Grasp. They have 5 available mana. Go blank. Discard a Ninja. And a Hope. Oh, man. I don't know. I have to toss the Toad and keep Hope in case they meat hook us. I need to save value somehow. No blocks. Kato can take the damage. We don't mind. Land. Land! We Ninja in on the Furmaster. It does reduce the damage that we're doing a little bit. And we go to damage, get in their hand, grab that Pest Summoning. Good game. Fighting Palm Ninja. Exile directly from the hand. Oh, how do you not love that? Top 200 consistently. You know, we're sitting here. We're defending our rank, which is good to see. I think there is going to be a deck here. Maybe a little bit of counter magic. We're close. Opponent goes first. Ah, man, all these cheaters. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is a top 100 player, ranked number 87. Woof. You know what I mean? Battlefield Raptor. Marsh in play. I mean, if we can get the 4th land, things will be okay. I think. I hope. Second white source. This is a red source on the back of this, or what? Yeah, definitely. I don't really want to make them rats, but what we're doing. Don't judge me. Watch Mono White has sacrifice effects as well. Sacrifice creature, draw a card. What the? How'd you get that? They're confused. They're like, why are they giving me creatures? We got this. We got this. Let me turn down the jams a little bit here. Headstrong. We've been listening to Big Shiny Tunes all day. 10 hours straight of Big Shiny Tunes. Oh, it's a 3-color deck. Redain in play. We don't have Snowlands. That does screw up Crippling Fear by a bunch. We get the 4th land, which we cannot use, because they're both legendary. I'm going to just take it now, because they might have protection. Right? A Tomato Safekeeping, Snakeskin Veil, Wild Shape. 4th land in tapped with a Luminarch Aspirant. Push up the rats. Put it on the rat counter. I wish. I'm going to bounce it just to confirm we get the land. Sorry, I second-guessed you, Shuffler. I should have trusted you. Give me my rats back. They are tapped, which is sad. Land in play, and I think we just sit on the Crippling Fear. We have two of them. Use one of them now. But this is a spirit. Ooh. No attacks. End our turn. I guess we could bring it back with the mire. Getting into a little bit of trouble. This is fine. I hope they kind of fold out some creatures. Like that. Like this. Like that. Dudley. Did they double down on it? Now it survives Crippling Fear, though. Ooh. That's a problem. Yep. Pass our turn. This is brutal. This is not good. They're putting them all on the Raptor. Oh, they have that protection, though, that we were worried about. Let's bounce it. They could have that snakeskin. No? Okay, interesting. Legion Angel. This is not good. This is not good. Let's keep these back. Sacrifice a rat, draw a card. Ooh. We'll let them decide. I think they take the damage. Interesting. And now we can name Rat. Kill the Luminarchs. And now the Luminarchs can't push up the other Legion Angel. We have another... Ooh. We take the Legion Angel away from them. Nice top deck. Bomb Fighting Ninja. I love it. We remove the Menace counter. And we take that Legion Angel. And now that stops the chain of them coming back over and over again. And our turn. Decent, decent. Remember that the shield's in place, so we have to wait to kill whatever they play here. The haste is good, down to 10. They don't have indestructible here, though. So we just hit them with the second. And this is on Ninja. May as well play the land. Blue source. Here out. Get ninja'd! Let's hit for 2. End our turn. Alright, alright, alright. A land. The Shield Geist is flying. Good, though, and they have indestructible. Well, they had indestructible. But this has flying, too. Hate the flyers. I hate the flyers. I don't want to give them rats. Basically Ward 2 as well. Do we race? Holy Toledo's. They both have first strike as well. 3, so we're not attacking. as he attacks. We have we can, if they double block. Not great. They don't have indestructible here though. And we can pay the ward and the shield. And then we kill the raptor. End turn. I'm not going to play tribute until after the toad is in play. Toad out. Play tribute. We get 3/3 green frog skis. Thank you, thank you. They get a rat. Land and play. There's no creatures to bring back yet. And no attacks. End turn. We could have maybe attacked. I don't think it matters. I'd rather defend against haste. Or freaking flying. Dang, yo. Oh, Redain is good. We should have attacked. Shoot. And target frog can't be blocked. So we could deal a whopping 4 damage here. Whoops. Go to combat. Attack with our unblockable frog, right? Or with both. Let's go both. We have to push the agenda. It's only 4 damage, down to 12. They have indestructible. And again, this is just only dealing 2 damage, so it doesn't matter. It can't be blocked is the thing, so I don't know what this block is about. I thought it couldn't be blocked. Except by creatures with flying and reach. New cards, you know what I mean? I've not read those. Kato out. Oh, with flying and reach. Let's take the plus. We need to draw something good. And that'll land. And our turn. We phase out. Ooh, little light on life. Oh no! That's our 3rd Luminarch Aspirant. Put it on the rat, man. Don't be scared. Rat it up. The Vigilance with Redain is going to get us unless we get some form of removal. And Redain will kill the frog when she blocks. Down to 5. Oof. Oof. And they have indestructible too, right? Oh, that's not great. We get our rat back. And this is, I guess this is a flyer. We can chump block it for 1 turn. It's not doing much. Whenever it attacks, so we need to kind of attack with it. We're just dead next turn anyways. Go all in. We're riding on faith now. We can't pay life though. I don't think we can get away with it. I mean, I want to. It's so greedy. They're gonna give it indestructible. We need a removal spell that's gonna be more expensive. Plus they have indestructible. We don't. Okay, we need exile. Toss the ninja back. Now we go to damage. I think they give the Luminarch Aspirant indestructible. Down to 10. But we can't really cast anything. Try to draw removal. No, we still don't get it. We tried our best. I guess we have to play the ninja to block. Or else it's lethal, right? Get the hive out. We can't pay 2 for this at this point in time. What's that last card, right? Oof. The vigilance hurts. It hurts. Down to 1. And it may be lethal. I don't know what's in their hand. All right. Here's the draw. Land in play. We give everyone menace. We're dead if we don't. So what are our options here? We give everyone menace. We hit for 9. That gets reduced down to 7. Gaining life is good. That puts us to 8. We pump into 3. Give everybody menace. And then we have 5. We pump in over here. And then we hit for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And it gets reduced. Hopefully they don't have removal in hand. Access to their graveyard. I don't really know. What's that last card? What's that last card? Please don't be a removal spell. It is. This was a good match. Like, we actually came back pretty aggressively here at the end. And they are forced to have removal in hand, which I actually don't doubt that they do. They all have menace, so it needs to be a double block. No way. Whew. Oh, down to 1? I did my math wrong? I did my math wrong? Whoops. My bad. My bad. I thought that was lethal. I literally thought we had lethal. It was 8, not 10. No, let's just forget about that. Yes. I could have swore we had 15 minus 3. Or no, it was 15 minus 4. And they blocked 1. So it was only, yeah, 12 minus 3 instead. My bad, my bad, my bad. I think that was our only option, though. Math is hard. I can only count to 4. What did we get with the Rangers class? 4 lands, or the Rogue class. And then we would have had a draw here as well. We didn't have anything to stop the flyer, regardless. Oh, man, that was so close. That was silly close. Woof. Shield math, man. Gets you every time. Alrighty. We've literally been here all day. Can I get a time on our stream? It is 10 hours and 31 minutes that we've been live for, creating content for you guys on the YouTube channel. It's a super sneaky deck, but it needs a little bit more love. Tribute to Hirobi kind of burned us multiple times, so I think that that can go, which means we probably lose the Toad Rider as well. And then Rogue class might actually be able to go also. And this will open up some counter magic, maybe some more removal, maybe some life gain. That's kind of what I see for the future of this deck. At the beginning of the video, I asked all of you to maybe take note, get some ideas, leave them in the comments below. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to your friends, and let's get into card of the day. All right, here it is. Ancient Green Warden for 6 mana. This is a 5/7 with reach. And whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control, sorry, whenever a land entering the battlefield triggers a permanent ability of a permanent you control, it's going to trigger twice. So this is great for landfall, right? Very, very cool within the landfall decks, and it stops the dragons, which is really cool. So that's card of the day. Thank you all for watching. Have a magical evening. Like I said, we've got tons of content for Kamigawa Standard on the channel. Go back, watch it. Let me know which deck you like the best. And of course, we have a ton more coming out in the following days as well. Thank you all so much. Have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next